Infinix Zero 5G review, impressive performance for the money. The Infinix Zero 5G is the first 5G phone from the brand and it offers impressive performance for the money. However, an oddly disjointed camera and one of the uglier UIs on the market rule it out from serious consideration. Hong Kong-based Infinix has been making steady strides towards becoming an established smartphone brand in recent years. Last year's Infinix Zero X Pro was the most advanced effort yet from the manufacturer, combining a 108MP camera with a 120Hz AMOLED display to decent effect. While the pricing appears to be in the same ballpark, the Infinix Zero 5G isn't quite up to that phone's level. Rather, it's an affordable phone with a level of performance, display quality, and camera specs that pitch it closer to the Poco M4 Pros and Redmi Note 11s of this world. The one notable first here is that this is the company's 5G debut. Unfortunately, cutting-edge connectivity isn't quite enough to make for a well-rounded budget phone package. The Infinix Zero 5G doesn't feel like a particularly premium phone, despite having a fairly large 168.73 by 76.53 x 8.77 mm body with a not inconsiderable weight of 199 grams. The design doesn't follow the pattern set by the Infinix Zero X Pro before it. With its curved blister of a camera module, which Infinix calls a uni-curved design, it's got far more in common with the OnePlus Nord CE2, which in turn borrowed its looks from the Oppo Find X3 Pro. It's quite an attractive look, though as I said, it's one that quickly looks grubby with use, even in my model's cosmic black shade. Infinix also offers the phone in Skylight Orange and Horizon Blue. The Infinix Zero 5G packs in a large, sharp and fluid 6.78-inch Full HD plus 120Hz display. However, it's only an IPS LCD panel, rather than the Zero X Pro's full AMOLED offering. This means that it lacks the punchy colors of its older brother, not to mention contemporaries such as the Poco M4 Pro. This seems to be part of the trade-off for 5G at this end of the market. You can have next-gen network connectivity or an OLED display for around the £200 mark, but not both at the same time. Infinix has packed its latest budget phone with a MediaTek Dimensity 900 system-on-chip, SoC. This is the same budget processor that powers the Nord CE2, which sells for £299, in the UK. Sure enough, the Infinix Zero 5G punches above its weight in pure performance terms, especially with 8GB of RAM on board. Like many 2022 phones, there's a further 5GB of extended RAM, available through the repurposing of some of the phone's snappy UFS 3.1 internal storage. An average Geekbench 5 multi-core score of 2,133 pips, the likes of the Poco X4 Pro 5G, matches the CE2, predictably, and trounces the Redmi Note 11 and Poco M4 Pro 5G. It's quite an impressive showing for a phone at this price point. I'm a little perplexed at the Infinix Zero 5G's camera system. It's a triple lens setup but not in a configuration that most will recognize. It starts with a perfectly regular 48MP wide sensor, which is capable of capturing crisp, bright images, given plenty of light. However, I did pick up some ugly artifacts in certain places, such a grainy texture to the blue skies when shooting on a sunny early spring day. A sign that Infinix's algorithms might not be quite up to snuff. The Infinix Zero 5G sports a chunky 5000 mAh battery. That's simultaneously pretty large, but also increasingly normal for a large budget phone of this type. It's good for a full day of moderate to heavy usage, and might even stretch to 2 days under light conditions. However, it doesn't stand up to heavier usage particularly well. In the PCMark Work 3.0 battery test we subject all of our phones to, which simulates intensive mixed use, the Infinix Zero 5G scored a fairly mediocre 10 hours and 10 minutes. Perhaps the biggest weakness of the Infinix Zero 5G is its software. It runs on Android 11, but it's the company's custom XOS 10 UI that really grates. From ridiculously large app folders that inexplicably take up 4 times the space of individual app icons, to a frankly horrible notification menu with a bizarre vertical brightness slider, it's simply not very pleasant to use. Infinix has been rather vague on pricing and launch details for the Infinix Zero 5G, but we've seen mention of a starting price of around $269 in the US and €250 in Europe. That works out to around £205 in the UK. As that suggests, we're really not sure of a UK launch at the time of writing, but we'll update this review if we hear any more.